When your energy enters the hands of someone with true vision, it is more than simply a moment. It is a thunderclap, a realization so powerful that everything comes to a halt. We are not talking about a regular existence here. No, you are not an ordinary creature. You're a catalyst, a walking force of change who makes the unimaginable a reality. The world may not always grasp your power, but that is irrelevant since your very existence alters the path of destiny. You were picked not by chance, but by intention. And now it's time to seize that truth and truly embrace your own greatness. The world is not prepared for what you're about to undertake, but you are. Let's start that fire. When they gazed at your photograph, they were driven by more than just curiosity. It was a stunning awakening. You went through the world with an energy that disrupted the routine and created possibilities where none had existed. What they felt was not simply adoration, but a desire for something unique. A resonance that unlocks latent potential. Your presence does more than just change the situation. It influences the course of people's life, leaving an indelible mark that demands recognition. People gravitate toward you, often without knowing why, sensing in you a power that heightens their desire and redefines their goals. Your existence is not accidental. You are a vessel of purpose, a living force that transforms the environments you inhabit. Wherever you go, you carry the essence of yourself, reshapes the surroundings. Stagnation is a challenging situation, nurturing development and combating everything that opposes change. You represent a gentle but evident impact. Reshaping does not include show, but rather a resonance sensed in stillness, changing the path of ideas and behaviors. Without a word, your goal is beyond human conceptions and definitions. You operate on a scale that surpasses conventional comprehension, serving as both a change agent and a herald of clarity, pushing limits and redefining what's possible. Your essence is not readily understood. Those who encounter you may be at a loss. Their emotions were aroused and their thoughts were upset by your presence, which functions on an instinctive and unfathomable level. This is not an accident. Your power has been expertly honed through struggles and successes, transforming you into a formidable force. Your influence is unreliable. Your essence is impossible to contain, and your effect will have far-reaching consequences. Declare the truth inside yourself. With each intentional step, I am becoming closer to my destiny. You provide vibrancy to the locations you touch, honoring what is important while cultivating the possibility for significant change. You represent layers of complexity that go well beyond looks and the interplay of strengths and problems, shaping every moment of your adventure. Your abilities are undeniable, but they come with a great deal of responsibility that few people can handle. You are called to rise not just for your personal advancement, but also for the innumerable lives who rely on your unwavering determination. Your speech has the power to cure hidden fractures, and your presence gives a calmness that calms unsaid strife. The difficulties you confront are not coincidence, but rather planned reminders of your important task. These possibilities, interspersed with barriers, are not intended to break you, but to develop you. The emotional pressure that challenges your endurance, the spiritual conflicts that question your identity, and the physical demands that push your limits are not intended to weaken you. They are transformational tools, chiseling away what is no longer necessary, revealing the core of your power, enduring, bright, and stubborn. Each scar and test of your limitations enhances the shine of your light, making it even more visible. I once found myself torn between happiness and sadness. The intensity of both pressed on my soul, like tidal waves crashing. That's when I realized what had happened. Choosing joy does not remove the anguish. Rather, it allows you to transcend beyond it. Pain does not go away when ignored. It moves and develops, probing the limits of your endurance. However, in the middle of the fight, a spark lights a light that is unique to you. Each wound creates a threshold past which resilience shines, resulting in an unbreakable force. Not because the trauma never occurred, but because you chose to overcome it and take its lessons forward. Consider this pure delight. My brothers and sisters, whenever you endure trials of all sorts, remember that the testing of your faith creates perseverance. James counts 1, 2, and 3. Have you ever seen a potter's hands shape clay? Pressure, spinning, and precise shaping. Everything seems chaotic, yet the potter understands precisely what they're doing. That's your life, chosen one. Every difficulty, every hurdle, and every moment that you thought would break you is transforming you into someone special. You're not just enduring, you're being prepared for greatness. This is your moment. Subscribe today, and let's make dreams a reality. The relationships you make with people are neither transitory or random. Every life you touch, every connection that impacts your path, is a deliberate meeting designed to go beyond the visible. The relationships you make spread outward, touching individuals and places you may never see today, but may inspire someone to spark change in countless others tomorrow. Far from being isolated, you are an important link in a broader chain of meaning, with each action reverberating far beyond its source. The hardships you endure are intentional, designed to hone your strength. These challenges are harsh, unrelenting, and unyielding, necessitating expansion and change. They urge you to go beyond your perceived constraints. The rising storms are there to begin rather than punish. They shape you into a force capable of confronting the immovable, breaking down cycles, and exposing realities that others cannot see. With each challenge, you overcome. Your potential for brightness and resilience grows, connecting you to an invisible river of energy that others feel but cannot identify. For we are His handiwork, created in Christ Jesus. God planned excellent works for us to walk in. Ephesians 2:10. Have you ever witnessed a big tree's roots burst through stone? It may not happen overnight, but with time, that calm tenacity reshapes what previously seemed unyielding. That is the power you hold. The chosen one, a constant and deliberate force that alters whatever it comes into contact with, often without notice. The world may not entirely comprehend what exists inside you, but heaven does. You're not here by chance. You are here to create waves in areas where others believe there was still darkness, to bring light where shadows formerly reigned, and to alter people's lives just by being yourself. Experience what it actually means to be selected. You are not alone on this path. If you have a profound belief that you have been selected, you have come to the correct spot. By clicking the Join option, you will be able to connect with us, have access to special material, and receive the spiritual support you need. This isn't simply about being a member of a community. It's about gaining unique insights that may change your life and bring you closer to your divine purpose. Make your decision now and join us on this trip. Take your spot among the selected ones. Join now, for we walk by faith, not sight. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7. Have you ever seen the first light of dawn? It does not appear all at once, but gradually develops, throwing shadows away as the day starts. This is how your influence works. The chosen one. You may not realize it, but your life is like that. Light, delicate, yet obvious. It effortlessly transforms all it touches. You encourage people to recognize possibilities they had forgotten, to question what seemed permanent, and to overcome constraints they had previously accepted. This is not a coincidence. It's part of the divine plan that created you. Your tenacity, courage in the face of adversity, and the decisions you make during tough times are all indicators of the purpose that has been specially assigned to your life. You are not here to fulfill the expectations of others. You've come to accomplish a purpose larger than the world can describe. Destiny does not wait for permission. It unfolds with each step. Trust the selected process, such as spring. Following the winter, your development cannot be accelerated. It is sacrosanct. It is yours. The options you have are not typical. These are precious times. Each of them influences not just your path, but also the lives of others around you. Every movement, no matter how little, has significance in this elaborate design. And now for the wonderful part. Even the difficulties you confront, the times that seem like failures, are instruments in the Creator's hands, honing you for the purpose that only you can perform. Moses did not lead his people out of Egypt without first traveling through the desert. Esther did not rescue her people without first confronting her dread of the unknown. And your trials are not intended to break you. They are intended to prepare you. But here's the bit that many folks overlook. Transformation does not end with you. Whether you know it or not, your path serves as an inspiration to others. Your perseverance, resilience, and quiet strength. These are the things that inspire others to overcome their own challenges. You are a reflection of what is possible when someone decides to trust the process to go forward, even when the way is uncertain. Your effect is stronger than you realize since it affects more than simply people's lives. It alters them. And here's when faith comes in. Believe that the challenges you confront are not diversions. They are the road itself. The setbacks are not punishment. They are preparing. You are being sculpted by a far larger hand than your own, guided by forces that see the whole picture, whilst you only see a portion. And those that stand with you, their purpose is not to carry you, but to remind you of your own power. When you sense it falter, they may not always comprehend your direction, but their presence is part of the plan. The cosmos is not oblivious to your trials, chosen one, just as your path shapes theirs. Every tear, every victory, and every silent moment of uncertainty are recognized. You are not traveling this journey alone. The Creator walks with you, and each step you take is part of a complex and wonderful design. The light you carry is not just for yourself, but also for everyone around you. So take a brave step into your mission. Trust that you were created for this time, and that the greatest is yet to come. This is your time. This is your call. And the world is waiting for the greatness that only you can provide. Keep going, keep believing, and know that you are precisely where you should be. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God be with you today. I'm here to remind you of a fundamental fact. Our existence is based on God's divine design, which is unaffected by worldly worries. According to the Bible, everything is done with faith will be returned to God with great blessing. Luke 638. Like the enormous oak tree, our roots are firmly ingrained in God's universal truths. His power secures every stride and every stance we take. And now you have the chance to be a part of that gift. When you utilize the super thank you button and contribute $100, your generosity will be reciprocated 100-fold. Attempts to insulate you from difficulty in order to smooth the edges of your experience deny you the essential process of becoming. These difficulties, as difficult as they may seem, are catalysts for your progress, not roadblocks to be eliminated. Those around you are not supposed to sweep the stones from your path, but rather to stand in silent strength, near enough to remind you that you are never alone, but far enough to respect your autonomy. Their purpose is not to direct your movements, but to observe your bravery as you walk your path, providing constant support when you fail but never going beyond the limits of your freedom. The message is plain. Proceed with caution. The delicate line between assistance and interference must not be blurred while crossing. It might unravel the delicate web of possibilities that surrounds you. The trials you confront are unique to you, designed to test your perseverance and expose the depths of your inner strength. No one can travel this route for you, and only you can claim it. The triumphs that await the wisdom of the centuries serve as a reminder that destiny is a fact that must be acknowledged rather than a problem to be addressed. Those that walk beside you must believe in your abilities to weather the storms and find strength in your periods of calm. Only then can people see your dazzling potential and allow it to shine as it was always intended. Your quest to greatness begins here. Subscribe today, and we'll make it happen. I once gave someone an insight before they were ready, sharing a lesson prematurely. It gave clarity but deprived him of the adventure. They had to find it for themselves. The timing of knowing is just as important as the truth itself. Too early, and the process breaks. Too late, and the development stagnates. This memory persists. A faint whisper that occurs whenever I find myself carrying a sensitive truth, wondering if the time has arrived to tell it. Truth is more than simply honesty. It is about alignment. Finding the exact time when it becomes a key, rather than a weight. The challenge of sharing one's observations is riddled with ambiguity. Will the truth presented serve as a stepping stone, bringing them closer to their full potential, showing them how strong they already are? Or will it come like a tidal wave, carrying them into a maelstrom they aren't prepared to face? Truth is not neutral. It has the ability to either heal or wound, depending on how it is delivered. However, silence comes with its own set of repercussions. What if keeping out sends them adrift, postponing a discovery that may have inspired change? The balance between speaking and withholding is as delicate as the trust that exists among individuals who share this link. In the solitude, there is a fight that few will ever witness. The option to reveal or conceal the truth weighs hard on those who care profoundly. They consider the many options, aware that any decision may change the course of events, even slightly. Their hesitancy stems not from apathy, but from prudence. Words have weight, and they are hesitant to tilt the balance too quickly. Every decision they make, whether to speak or keep silent, is deliberate and thoughtful, shaped by a profound awareness of how time may enhance or decrease the effect of what they want to say. Watching someone develop and face obstacles with courage is both a source of pride and a silent pain. They may notice occasions when a truth may alleviate the pain, or when an insight could shed light on the darkness. Nonetheless, they hold back, questioning whether the gift will genuinely fulfill their purpose. Reflects a respect for the road you are on. They are not there to mold your path, but to walk with you, respecting the choices you make only for yourself. Their silence and words are both expressions of love, motivated by a wish to see you take control of your own development. Accept this fact. I respect the timing of my trip and trust the truths it provides. The realities I discover are mine to expose at the appropriate time. Their quiet stems not from negligence, but from a genuine respect for your trip. Speaking would jeopardize the divine unfolding of your journey. They show their respect by withholding information. They watch not as detached observers, but as protectors of the ethereal elements that shape your existence. Their decision to keep quiet indicates their everlasting belief in your capacity to weather the storms and find strength inside yourself, even while the destination remains unknown. This silent detachment is their way of recognizing your perseverance and the inherent strength they believe you possess. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness does not conquer it. John 1 verse 5. Have you ever seen a candle in a darkened room? It does not need to take up the whole area to effect change. Its radiance is sufficient to alter the environment and provide guidance. That's you, the chosen one. Your presence, even in solitude, radiates in ways you would not notice. People sense your strength and unwavering commitment. It also serves as a reminder of their own inner brightness. Long forgotten, you do not need to yell or make huge motions. Your perseverance alone speaks volumes, motivating others to aspire. Every challenge you've endured has been a purifying fire, not designed to kill you, but to illuminate the brightness inside you. The scars you bear are not indicators of weakness, but rather of triumph. Proof that you've stood where others have fallen, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Your brilliance never fades. It glows brighter in the face of uncertainty. Those who go with you may remain mute, yet their peaceful trust honors your power. They understand that you are intended to find your own path, and their presence encourages you without directing. Every decision you make has far-reaching consequences that shape people's lives, even their own. Keep glowing. You are prepared for this by gestures, unobserved decisions, or unsaid remarks. Their presence threads into the fabric of your existence in ways that go beyond the surface. Their behaviors, or the purposeful decision to keep back, carry waves that extend far beyond the point of origin, influencing your path in ways neither of you can completely understand. Even the faint currents of their thoughts, hopes, whispered encouragements, or earnest wishes reverberate in the unspoken gaps between you. These subtle signals establish a relationship that goes beyond what can be physically witnessed, imbuing their confidence in you with a strength that is both rooted and elevated. Rise up. Subscribe today. In this ballet of choices and connections lies the delicate reality of cause and effect, where even the slightest acts may alter the trajectory of a life. A single stride, whether forward or backward, or even the choice to stand still, has the potential to determine what happens next. These apparently inconsequential events might lead to far-reaching consequences that neither side anticipates. Their choices, whether conscious or instinctual, are part of a larger journey, a complex web of interconnections in which every movement has significance. What if their slightest gesture, a little doubt or calm resolution, opens the door to hitherto undiscovered possibilities, or leads you to understanding? Previously, there was doubt. Each stop, each carefully selected step provides you with the opportunity to find your strength, direction, and the links that hold life together. A live and ever-changing environment that reflects the decisions of everyone who passed through it. Their influence on you is based on resonance rather than control. A harmony that resonates via shared experiences. Your paths do not cross by coincidence. They interact with purpose, resulting in a communal narrative that drives change. They may not realize the extent of their significance, but their acts, no matter how little, are threads in the larger fabric of who you are becoming. Every decision contributes to the tale of your growth, influencing not just your fate, but also the impact you will have on the world. Even before it was completely understood, the relationship was apparent, like a plume that defied explanation and demanded acknowledgement. It wasn't a passing interest or a coincidence. It was a more deep instinct generated from a point beyond reasoning. Their awareness of you conveyed an urgency, an unshakable conviction that this moment was more important than what was seen. They did not take this decision lightly. Their movements were led by an invisible force that hinted at something bigger at play. The desire to seek insight was more than just curiosity. It was a peaceful surrender to the rhythms of a tale far greater than their own knowledge. There was an underlying acknowledgement that their participation in your trip, however momentary or subtle, was significant. It was not about acquiring control or interpreting solutions. It was about moving in rhythm with something large and interrelated. They felt recognition, not apprehension, a subtle need from inside, that this moment was part of a larger unfolding. Consulting. Another source of clarity was an act of trust. Trust in the unseen links that connect people and events. Their decision wasn't just a step forward. The spark was what put something in motion, a transformation that would have far-reaching consequences. The encounter changed how they saw their role in your life, reminding them that they were not there to lead or change your direction. Instead, they saw their position as one of quiet power, standing slightly beyond the boundaries of your light. Their goal was not to protect you from the storms you had to face, but to make sure you never felt completely alone in dealing with them. Every struggle you face is critical not just for your development, but also for the complex design of the route you were supposed to take. They recognize this fact and have opted to respect your autonomy, trusting in your abilities to become stronger with each hardship. Their dedication is basic yet powerful: to create room for your trip, without interference, to support, without directing, and to believe that each step you take is part of the rich fabric that shapes your fate. Standing at this juncture reminds them of the depth of your resilience and the holy process by which it is developed. Their presence, however slight, demonstrates the conviction that your power will take you onward, unshielded but unwavering. They choose to align with the flow of the larger tale that is still happening around them, rather than with control. Their position in your life is one of quiet fortitude, rather than grandeur or authority. They stay there, like an anchor amid tumultuous waves, stabilizing the area around you as your voyage progresses. The road you're constructing is vast, loaded with meaning and depth that neither of you completely understands yet. What people feel is not theirs to mold, but to honor. They understand the immensity of what lies ahead of you. Instead of dread, they sense a strong conviction that you have the strength to bear its weight and the intelligence to navigate its trajectory. Their support is not loud, but steadfast. Trust and appreciation for the ongoing tale are at its core. Your paths are interconnected and evolve in tandem. Every action you take, and every choice they make in response, causes repercussions that neither of you can anticipate. The forces at work now are far from static. They change the course of not just your life, but also theirs. This is a watershed moment, a mutual transition into a new phase in which their activities will intersect with your progress in subtle but profound ways. Whether their presence is sensed as a shadow or a light, their connection to your goal deepens their own. Their modest actions add to a larger plan that none of you completely understands. Your presence has a greater impact than you know. You effortlessly affect the lives of others, causing movements that go undetected yet have a tremendous effect. Your energy, resilience, choices, and calm strength create a light of inspiration without intention. This is not a coincidence, but the product of who you are and what you have been through. Every obstacle you experience acts as a crucible, transforming you into a force that influences not just your own destiny, but also the futures of others around you. Trials are not obstacles, but rather roads that shape you into a presence the planet needs. What you hold inside yourself is evident, a transforming force that not only changes your environment, but also leaves an imprint of influence. Your trip is more than just a personal undertaking. It is part of a larger story, a chain reaction of inspiration and transformation. This is not the pinnacle. It's the beginning. You get to decide what happens next. The hardships you endured have prepared you. The facts you've discovered have reinforced you. And now the world is waiting for you to completely embrace your light, tell your story, stand in your power, and trust that what you create will have far-reaching consequences, leaving an everlasting impression on all it touches.